And many thanks for joining me on this edition of The Marketplace. Welcome back. Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta says the 2020 budget would focus on gains made over the past 3 years. The minister is expected to present the budget in Parliament in 2 weeks' time. But what other areas would the budget focus on? The small report in this report.
This would be this administration's last budget for President Akufo-Addo's term in office. It started in 2017 with a focus on sowing the seeds for growth and jobs. In 2018, it was themed putting Ghana back to work. And in 2019, it was focused on a stronger economy for jobs and prosperity. The Minister of Finance now says sustaining gains made so far would be the focus for the 2020 budget. So what would he be sustaining? That's the question I posed to the Finance Minister, Ken Ofori-Atta.
Sustainable stability, security, I think really make sure the roads are done, make sure the flagship projects are going on, and begin to think structurally about tax reform, export drive, things that now begin to place us in a position on a real growth strategy that would also bring the needed employment.
The minister has also been talking about how he plans to deal with the revenue mobilization challenges before the end of 2019 and going into next year.
I think our real issue is the underperformance of revenue, and we need to figure out how much we can get in these 2 months and how much expenditure we can also manage over the period to be able to club. With the new leadership at GRA, let's see what we can get. And then also looking at our expenditure patterns, let's see how we can manage that.
He maintained that the 2020 budget will take a firm decision on dealing with the about $3 billion tax exemptions that the country loses annually. For many, the real test will be how he plans dealing with the revenue mobilization challenges and the election year budget overrun cares. One would also want to look at how they're going to raise money to fund some of its flagship programs. Prominent among them is the free SHS, and how it will use the budget to complete some projects it promised to finalize in its first term in office, and keeping the brakes on questionable expenditure, especially in an election year.
Meanwhile, the Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta is insisting that the country's relationship with the United States of America would not be affected despite the cancellation of the PDS contract. There are fears that Ghana could miss out on the U.S. Third Power Compact aimed at improving power infrastructure in Africa. There are also some concerns that scaling down of financial support from the World Bank and some donors would happen. But speaking to Joy Business, the Finance Minister maintained the future financial engagements would not be affected.
I mean, basically, anytime there's a point of departure, there's some tension. But, I mean, as I mentioned, U.S. and Ghana, from the beginning of the construction of the Akosombo Dam, which for 60 years has been really the bedrock of our energy situation, so there are, periods in which you have differences, but that doesn't mean that you don't remain partners. I think I had a quotation from Kennedy which mentioned, well, not to worry about the past or too concerned about the present, but how we go forward in the future as the way to do it. So I think we'll be okay. Yeah.
All other commitments will go ahead in terms of support, funding, and all those things.
I believe deeply that we are an important ally, and our economic interests and political interests meet much stronger than a difference in interpretation of a contract. So it will be well.
You talked about the fact that November 15th you will come out with a new plan in terms of the private sector participation in PDS. Are we on track?
We are working on that. I hope to do that. I have a budget on the 13th and then 2 more days, so I'll figure it all out. Yeah, but people are working on that.
We are sure of a new plan that engage all stakeholders would be excited about, please.
I hope so, but it will certainly be in the interest of Ghana.
And the World Bank Group has impressed on government to spend prudently to help avert ripple effects of poverty. Available statistics from the bank show that even though Ghana has made enough advances towards the eradication of poverty, many more Ghanaians, especially those in the rural zones, still live under $1 a day. World Bank Country Director for Ghana, Liberia and Sierra Leone, Pierre Laporte, spoke to Joy Business on this issue at a donation ceremony to inmates of the Junior Correctional Center, Bostel Institute at Roman Ridge here in Accra.
Of all, is government has to make sure that it spends money wisely. It spends money on what we call proper spending, so that when the money is spent, it helps people get out of poverty. Other stakeholders like us, or international organizations, also, we play our role by bringing not just money, but we bring capacity building, we bring analytical contributions to the work that we do, civil society organizations, NGOs, the other ones on the ground, making it happen. So everybody has a role to play. We want to decrease inequality, which means build a more equitable prosperity, which means when countries become wealthy, everybody gains, not just the rich become richer, the poor become poorer. So we have these two objectives of ending extreme poverty and building a more shared prosperity.
Where does Ghana come in when it comes to the initiatives that you've embarked on over the past?
Okay, Ghana is considered a developing country. No? There are sort of three groups of countries: advanced countries who are already very developed, and then developing countries which are not developed yet, but have made a lot of progress, and Ghana is in this category. And then we have underdeveloped countries, which are very poor conflict countries. So Ghana is one of our member countries, and as a developing country, there's still a long way to go. Ghana still has, some people still live in extreme poverty today. So it is important for us today. What we're doing is this is not the World Bank has its lending that it does to the country, but this is just activities by staff ourselves as part of our contribution to the society. Every year we choose a place where staff contributes, and whatever we can get money, we buy. Like here we have oil, we have food, we have different things. We make a donation to a charitable or another kind of organization like the one here today.
Let's turn our attention to other stories. Workers of the Volta Lake Transport Company, VLTC, are raising red flag over an abandoned vessel at Akosombo in the eastern region. The workers want the vessel belonging to the Bulk Oil Storage and Transportation Company Limited, BOST, to be released back to the VLTC. The vessel, which is made up of 2 fuel barges, a floating dock and a pusher tug, have remained unused for many years. Kwame Yanka has more in this report. In 2007, under the then Managing Director Joseph Adoyobo, BOST contracted Walcon Company Limited, a Korean company registered in Ghana, to build 2 barges. 4 years later, 2 more barges, a floating dock and a tugboat were built for BOST. However, BOST could not engage in the onward transportation of fuel on the Volta Lake due to the presence of VLTC. An agreement was then reached for BOST to release 2 of the barges to VLTC to transport fuel to the northern part of the country. Since then, the rest remain unused, and this has made VLTC workers worried and unhappy about the storage company's posture. Victor Amwa is chairman for Junior Staff Union at We sincerely apologize for the abrupt end of that video. Turning attention to other stories, the Chief Business Officer of Airtel Tigo Business, Airtel Anamu, says removing the cost barrier in acquiring smart devices is critical to promoting government's digitization agenda. Airtel Anamu made the call when she spoke to Joy Business at the launch of the Airtel Tigo Flexi Plus smartphone in Accra.
The Chief Business Officer for Airtel Tigo Business was speaking at the launch of the Airtel Tigo Flexi Plus smartphone offer for workers. She said ensuring that individuals have access to affordable devices will help deepen smartphone penetration to support the government's digitization agenda.
We removed the entry barrier. Affordability has become an issue for most workers in the country today. So we are saying that we are taking that entry barrier off, come on board on the Flexi Plus, and then we afford you any device of your choice to enable you connect to your family and friends, connect to businesses, and then we are also contributing to a digitization agenda.
The offer allows salaried workers in both the private and public sectors to acquire Samsung smartphone devices to be paid within 24 months. Stanley Popiyi-Kumbo is the Director for Products and Commercial for Airtel Tigo Business.
Airtel Tigo Business Flexi Plus offer You don't pay upright for the device. You have flexibility to pay over a 24-month period. Not only do you pay for the device over 24 months, you enjoy 40% more on data as well as 30% more on voice. So we have the Samsung S10 Plus, we have the Samsung Note 10, we have the A series of phones, we have the S series of phones, all available for customers to buy.
The Flexi Plus smartphone offer for workers is a collaboration between Airtel Tigo and Samsung. For Joy Business, Sheila Tamaklo reporting.
Now, young entrepreneurs are being urged to create and build on small businesses to help overcome funding challenges. Executives at AQIPS Hub, Patricia Amati, says delay in securing funding for big projects ends up killing interest and initiative. She spoke with Love Business at the Ashanti Young Entrepreneurs Summit in Kumasi. Nana Ojima has more.
Up here at Asafo Market between fish sellers and a local transport company, that is 2M Express, here at Asafo Market. What the fish sellers are demanding is that they have already occupied here for the past 30 years, 50 years, and the local transport company, that is 2M Express, have come here and then they've taken over their businesses. They are loading their buses here from Kumasi to Accra and to other destinations.
MP no dey tie so 1 2 3 and say papa how many station what to be when this for office ho aniti aha no anya dia ya be pre han dia di adwa aha dia yi bibia papa enti ya dia watama boaje ya ba man de le kan ba.
So what this man is saying is that they've occupied this place, they've been selling fish here for the past 30 years. And just recently, the local transport company, that is the 2M Express, owned by the Bank Member of Parliament, he has come here to ply his business here. And his business is taking a toll on their fish business. They are saying that this is where they have the livelihood. And then the local transport company has taken over their business. So, it's a dear chance that won't be at the number.
To be a catcher, you to your catcher, some more, no more, probably to be free her. Young 100, young at the Alibaba DC. Yet to be trouble, Mamma, I'm a woman 3 years. Who has any trial? Member University, member dancing journey. Who bet to me? I am a money dear. Sabantima, I know a city engineer. Yagatano, so I'm a probably to be a free her. And about 100, and DC. So they are calling out to major stakeholders in the region. They are calling to officials. They are calling to government to come to intervene to vacate the 2M Express from this place so that they can smoothly and successfully do their business here. The market is made up of different transport unions, the GPITU and other transport unions. We want to find out and know the position of these transport unions on this standoff between the fish sellers and then the 2M Express transport union.
People VIP anim wow. Who saba baby station ni bi wa ha. E wa traffic class ase na sabi ewiase de nsam yenu didi. Anya se no antwa ye. Ye amase ebeko. Because democracy, no democracy no so obi anya ni fa hu de no nche se be si kon so. Wo ba betu mi anu aduane egu. Moreover sabi ye ma me no so ha no mo ye den. Omo ton fish wa ha. Enya ne no mo tena ha. Na te say sabi omo cars ni ba na be yi omo niam traffic ase. Ma no so be den. Okay. What you say? Now you be see who say Bantama MP no oba so oba be ebu kuma adwuma omna ye be gi no adwuma nu na mo nya ne position is
that literally it means that the Bantama MP, that is the owner of the transport station or the transport union in question or in contention, is the Bantama Member of Parliament or Chamabwaje. They are saying is that the man has already occupied a lorry station or let's say station over there, and he has also come here to secure another station. So they are saying that he's been.
Well, so those were some aggrieved fish sellers in Kumasi agitating against the sighting of a lorry station by one MP of that area. We now cross over to the Joy Made in Ghana fair, where my colleague Odilia Ntiamwa is standing by for some updates.
Currently at the 4th edition of the Made in Ghana Fair put together by Joy Prime, and I'm here with Gladys Osei Redu, who is the coordinator, Joy Prime, to basically tell us exactly what is different in this year's organization of the Made in Ghana Fair. Gladys, exactly what have you added and what's the theme for this year?
So let me start with the theme. The theme is branding Ghana for global export. Joy Prime, we deem it very important that we put to the world what Ghana is blessed with. We're blessed with a lot of creativity, technology. We've advanced in our productions locally, and now we have quality. And gone are the days, yes, would complain, but lately you pick it from here and it stands the test of time. And that's just what we showcase. And what's different this time is that we've increased the number of shops we every year would put up. This is the 4th edition, and the 4th year we've grown. And so, yes, the number of shops have increased. And the beauty is that this time, all our exhibitors are comfortable. They have set up on time, and shopping has already started. You've gone through, so you can, attest to the fact that the place is already vibrant. Again, we have our activities lined up, and so today we're doing our freebies. Tomorrow we'll do freebies. In the evening, we have our hottest DJ organized by Hits FM, our sister station, who is also powering this fair. And then on Saturday, we have our music, comedy, and fashion night. Then on Sunday, we have our cooking competition, and we have surprise packages as part of the entire fair. And so, yes, there's everything new because it's also a new year for us.
One of your sponsors is a local groceries provider. They do some rice and for export and oil. Can you tell us a bit about the variety of exhibitors that you actually have here?
Great. So we talk about food, and we also have this producer, this sponsor, who also has come up with the egg powder. That all you need to do is just pour out the quantity you desire, just add a little water, and you have your normal egg bag. You can prepare your omelette. You can
egg powder. You mean
egg powder? You can get your omelette. You can get your chibum. You can get anything that we do with egg. Yes, you can use it for baking and anything that you use egg for. So that, for me, I call that food technology. Aside that, we have our accessories, fashion accessories. We have our shoes, our outfits. We have we have cosmetics. We have a lot of things coming.
Tell us who are sponsoring.
Okay, so we have GTP, Avnash. Avnash is the one who has a variety of rice products. We have Royal Crown Processing. We have Inkulenu. We have SokoCenter.com. We have EcoBank Ghana, who is also doing free application giveaways. Once you shop with the EcoBank app, there's something you get to take away at the end of the day for both exhibitor and the shoppers as well. And so, yes, this year we have Virgin Fresh Cosmetic also on board, who is also giving us some good support. Yes,
I'm running off from you to talk to some of your sponsors. And so I'm currently here at Royal Crown Agro Processing, and who is talking to me? Okay, so tell us exactly what is different in relation to your pepper paste.
Yeah, Royal Pepper Paste is different in the sense that this is pepper that has been processed into paste. You don't need to grind or blend or whatever. It is just pepper that has been turned into paste. So you just break the cap or the seal, scoop a little or what is adequate for your meal, and then off you go.
Usually people will shudder to buy anything processed when it comes to pepper because it's mixed with so many things and all that. How pure is this pepper?
This is purely locally made. No additives, just pepper. Just our local pepper, Ghanaian made.
Is it possible to see?
Yes, it is.
If you can open one for us to really see how this pepper looks like. Okay. So we're trying to see how the pepper looks like. Okay, let me just taste it and see if it's really hot. Yeah, you can really tell, I mean, you can really smell real pepper. And it's quite hot. It's not so hot, but I mean, it's quite hot. Who else are we speaking with? We're actually also having EcoBank here, who is also one of the sponsors. Remember that we have 100 stands here. Adanse Travel wants us to travel the whole world. And so, Adanse Travel, what are you bringing on board?
This year, in Made in Ghana, we bring in the quad bike experience, one of its kind in Ghana. It's a 2 hours quiet biking and off-road experience. It's going for 450 Ghana cedis. And we have what we call the Dodi experience too as well. It's going for 299 Ghana cedis. And we have the Northern Ghana tour, which is going for 2,750 for Zena experience. The Mole experience is also 1,850. And these are the tours that we're coming up with. And we also have the Voter Adventure coming up on the Boxing Day. That's 26th of December. They are all going to be an amazing adventure. Join us as we embark on these trips. And as well, you can find us on www.dansitravels.com. You can call us on 0246067375. Or you can visit our office, Oponglo East Legon, opposite EcoBank.
Okay, so you definitely will need some cash to go. So we're going to EcoBank to find some cash for that. Okay, so EcoBank is one of the sponsors as well. Avanash was one of them. That's what you said. Well, we're off to speak with Avanash, who is one of the sponsors. Okay, so Macaf Creation is also one of the exhibitors for it. How is the Made in Ghana Fair going for you, and what are your expectations?
Okay, my name is Macaf Creation. That's my company name. Today is the set of the Made in Ghana product. We are just here setting up our product. So I'm expecting more people to come and see what we display here. We display a lot of stuffs here at the Junction Mall. So we are expecting more people to come and see what we display here.
Thank you very much. Well, so remember that one of the things that at the Made in Ghana Fair you should be expecting is to see a lot of Made in Ghana food, and Avanash is one of the sponsors for the Made in Ghana Fair. Rice made in Ghana, vegetable oil made in Ghana, and salt also made in Ghana. Let's see what this is. So what's this? Okay, so vegetable oil in rubber, so that just in case you cannot afford the vegetable oil that comes in the bottles, you should be able to afford some of this. And then also they have soaps that are also made in Ghana. So this is Oli, that's also made in Ghana. Definitely the Made in Ghana Fair this year is so different because we have so many exhibitors. We have the Virgin Pots Cosmetics, that's also one of the sponsors. Virgin Pots, exactly what do you have in the pot?
We have Virgin Fresh Alata Samina. We have different varieties. We have the Virgin Black. We have the Virgin Gold. We have the Shower Gel Moisturizer too. And we have the hair pomade, and we have anti-rash too.
Okay, so the moisturizer is for what kind of hair?
For the moisturizer is shower gel. So those who don't like the solid one can go for the shower gel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so the Alata Samna has moved away from just being the Alata Samna to a gel. Can we see, because seeing is believing, can you open one for us to see?
This is the Virgin Black. It has aloe vera, honey and cocoa.
Aloe vera, honey and cocoa. Wow.
And this one is aloe vera.
This is just aloe vera.
Aloe vera.
Oh, is there anything special? When I use this, will my skin get any better?
Yes, you get a smooth skin. If you have rashes, it will sort you out. It also helps with body odor. So those who don't like the solid can go with the shower gel too. The shower gel too is made from cocoa, lemon, and aloe vera.
Well, it's a wrap. So if you really want to get the details of all the things that are being stands, made in Ghana.
Well, so that was the first day of the Made in Ghana Fair, and it was brought to you from the Junction Mall at Nongwa. It's continuing till the 3rd of November, and you can make a date anytime you find it convenient. And that's it for the Marketplace today. Many thanks for watching. My name is Emmanuel Abuaji Riafi.